Well, good morning to you all. Good morning. Saturday, 9th of March 2024. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Good time of day to just have a think about what it is we might be doing today. And as we can see, there's a high probability of rain for much of the day. Not a problem. Plenty to do indoors. Well, the first job of the day is, of course, shopping. I actually quite enjoy shopping. I don't buy very much, but, you get to meet people and chat to people that you haven't seen since the last time you went shopping. The other thing I'm quite looking forward to when we get down to his is last time I was there, which a couple of days ago, the magnolias were just about ready to bloom, and they make an absolutely wonderful display. I remember when I was a child. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spake as a child. There was a house. Oh dear, I really ought to secure some of the stuff in the back of the car, didn't I? There was a house that had a beautiful magnolia tree, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And of course, as a child, I called it a tulip tree. Look at those trees all in bloom. I thought they were tulips growing out of this tree anyway. I used to say to my dad, can we have one of those, can we have one of those, can we have one of those? And he said, no, he said, because it blooms for a very short period when it's absolutely beautiful. But most of the year it's a pretty boring tree. Well, yeah, I do get the point, but I would love a big magnolia in the garden. They're one of those plants that just as the weather starts to improve and the year starts to look more like it's fun, they spring into this beautiful, beautiful blossom. And they teach us about renewed life. They give us joy. So yeah, I might have to splurge some money and get a magnolia tree. Maybe. It's not as if I haven't got room for one, is it? So what should we think about today? We can think about many things. I can think about the white van that's behind me. Yes, I do look in my mirrors, don't worry. Well, today is the feast day of Saint Francis of Rome. Saint Frances, lady's name Frances. Now, I'm not going to tell you all about her life. I recommend that you Google her. That's what we all do these days. We don't go to the library and grab a book, do we? We go online and we type in the search bar Saint Frances of Rome. She lived in very, very interesting times, but why she's relevant to me right now, right this minute, is, amongst other things, she is the patron saint of car drivers. I bet she never thought that would happen. There we are. Ground is turning green with crops. I can't really see what these fields have got in them. They rotate the crops here, of course, and sometimes they will plant grass for cutting for animal feeds, sometimes maize, sometimes sunflower. It's always a joy to see the changes that happen. Coming up on the right, we've got a beautiful mimosa tree. One of the other harbinger signs that spring is springing. On the left, assorted trees, pink and white. What a joy. Now, the white van is reasonably far behind me. Just slow down and look here in that barn. See, there's an ancient wine press. That's the thing when you've got space. You don't throw things away when you don't need them anymore. I dread to think when that was last used for pressing grapes, or maybe for pressing apples, or maybe grapes and apples. I don't know. There's our first magnolia. Is it a magnolia? Yes. Whenever I see them, in my head I've got Jolson. You know, is it true what they say about Pixie? Does the sun really shine all the time? Do the sweet magnolias blossom by everybody's door? Do folks keep eating possum till they can't eat no more? Yeah, I think that was enough of that, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at the price of fuel. Oh, look at that. 176.9 a litre. That's cheaper than last week. So I think that might be something we might do. We might pick up some diesel. Well, that was good, I think. I've just topped up the tank with diesel. At the moment, or today, it was €1.76.9 a litre. I'll let you all translate that into US dollars or UK pounds or whatever. Last, what day was it? Wednesday, it was 184.9 a litre. So, yeah, a reduction of 8 cents a litre. It sort of fluctuates, and I honestly don't know why. You know, it bounces up and down a bit. I guess some of it relates to whether oil tankers have got to go around Cape Horn or if they can go through the Red Sea. And some of it will depend on the strength of the euro against the strength of the US dollar. But yeah, €1 76.9 a litre for diesel. Who remembers when you could fill your car up for a couple of pounds? Well, the shopping has been done, and I was thrashing up the road at ridiculous speed, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to stop and capture that fantastic magnolia. You know, I don't know who planted it. The size of it, I dare say it's the parents of the people who live in that house now. But it brings joy to everybody that passes, doesn't it? I know lots of cars parked in the woods. Does that mean that there's a hunt going on? One of the things that you see here, it might be a hunt, it might be everybody's come to, yes, everyone's working in the orchard. So it's a whole family turned up to work in the orchard. But hunting is a big thing here. And if you are a casual tourist driving along the roads, sometimes you will see a triangle on the verge, which will say attention, cours en chasse en cours, warning, hunt taking place. Now there's several good reasons for being a little bit cute when you drive through the middle of a hunt. One is, it isn't unknown for people to be shot. Now, I've got a feeling that would hurt, and I don't want to get shot. The other is, what often happens when there's a hunt going on, the huntsmen are very, very good at not shooting cars. You can't eat a car, apparently. So being shot is not really the hazard that you're looking out for, but what does happen is they will cause animals to suddenly run across the road in front of you. Now that could be deer of all the different types, or of course here it could be sanglier, wild boar. And if running into a deer is going to damage your car, running into a boar is going to do it a lot more damage. Boars are, for their size, they're pretty dense, heavy sorts of animals. And you really, really don't want to run into one